Welcome to the Matt Cottrell Report. These are the extraordinary stories of extraordinary individuals. Today's guest has been a San Angelo business owner for 30 years. He's making a bold move. He's hired a local muralist and tattoo artist to paint a mural on the exterior wall of his business of the late Charlie Kirk. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Butler.
One time for the hometown, I got love for it, that's real. Yeah. 2 times for the haters, man, cause I notice how this shit feel. 3 times for my family, dog, cause this shit done paid our bills. And I get 4 times my net worth.
All right, guys, we are back in studio. We've got a really good one for you today. So this is Michael Butler. So Michael, thank you first of all for coming on, brother.
Very welcome.
Appreciate
you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on, Michael is a business owner, and he decided to memorialize the late Charlie Kirk by putting a mural up on the exterior wall of your business. And he's commissioning a local muralist and tattoo artist named Inks. So give us a little purview. Talk about that, man.
Well, I discovered Charlie Kirk, I guess, just about 3 years back, started listening to him. And I had questions with the Bible, and I started listening to him, and then those questions that no one else could answer for years, he was answering articulately.
Yeah.
And so when people would question my Christianity, there was certain parts that I couldn't rebuttal in a debate.
Yeah.
And then he just listened to Charlie Kirk taught me how to rebuttal those questions. Nice. And it strengthened my Christianity as well. And I just really learned a lot from him. Mm-hmm. Also on how to civil discourse. Instead of getting angry, there's an old saying.
Right.
There's an old saying: control your feelings, or your feelings control you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so I didn't idolize him, of course, but I looked up to his abilities.
Same
and
here.
I can't think of anybody that would not want to be as knowledgeable as he is. His memory is just incredible.
His recall, unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I felt that we needed to do whatever we could to not let him be forgotten, because he was the living olive branch that the right extended to the left. And so, And so I just think that, and it's amazing what's going on since his passing. All of somebody told me 60,000 requests to open Turning Point chapters around the globe.
Yeah.
And then if you went online, you saw the memorials going on all over the globe in countries where people on the left, he was a nobody. And I'm like, a nobody doesn't have that type of mourning.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then to hear his wife in her speech during the memorial. Yeah, it's not, I'm not setting up a scholarship. It's nothing big. It's just something on North Chadbourne, which gets a lot of traffic. Yep. That I want him to stay fresh in people's minds for as long as we can, because he was the best of us, and how we crossed that gap between the right and the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about, you said that lately there's been a little bit of backlash, right? Talk about that. What happened exactly?
Well, I set up the Gofundme, and of course, quite a few friends shared it, so it made its rounds. Mm-hmm. And then what I think is, then I started getting a lot of backlash from liberals.
Right.
And I actually was like, do we have this many liberals in San Angelo? But then when I'd go to their profile, they're from all over the U.S.
Yeah.
So what from best of my knowledge, is a lot of these liberals are gamers, and nothing against gamers, but they have Discord to where they communicate all the time.
Yep.
And so I'm sure that they spread in their channels about this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come help me in this argument and that what. So I was getting attacked from all different directions.
What were people saying?
He's a bigot. He's a racist.
Oh.
How could you support? Why would you memorialize him?
Yeah.
If you're willing to do this, how come? What about the kids that were shot in that school that day?
Yeah.
And so I thought, do they have a leg to stand on? So it made me research even more.
Uh-huh.
And every argument of theirs is taken out of context, and it's only a small part of what he said.
Yeah.
And like the left media uses, they'll pull what best serves their opinion or their agenda out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And so most recently, and then I just started blocking. Once I realized I was gaining no ground, and I think in the Bible God says, do not cast your pearl onto swine.
I love that. Yeah, do not cast pearls before swine.
Yes.
Otherwise, you'll be trampled and they'll eat you alive or something
Yes,
like that.
yeah. But basically saying, once you realize you're not going to win the argument,
Yep.
don't waste your time.
Exactly.
And then, also in the Bible, and I wish I could quote it like him, about you will probably never stand in the shade of the tree that you plant, but plant your seed anyways. And if that's all, so I tried debating them civilly, and then most recently, this girl was dead set that he had said this racist statement about the intellectual ability of a black person.
I've heard that.
Right. Well, I went back and I even recruited the help of ChatGPT and said, "Please show me this quote of his."
What did it say?
Cannot find it.
Hmm.
And then I went back, and then J.D. Vance just I heard him on the TV a day or two ago, and he was addressing that same argument, saying, "This is not what he said. This is what he said." And you go back on his tapes. He embraces people of any color, any nationality, whether they're trans, gay. He embraces every one of them respectfully.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this has to be just misquoted and weaponized against him.
The Re-Up is San Angelo's one-stop shop for everything fresh, nutritious, and delicious. The Re-Up literally has it all. Acai Power Bowls, cold-pressed juices, agua frescas, detox and wellness drinks, homemade ice cream, fresh fruit smoothies and protein shakes, and nutritious meal prep meals. The Re-Up, 1602 North Chadbourne Street. Tell them you saw it on the Matt Cottrell Report. Man, I agree with you. So here's my argument to people on the left or whoever that's saying, you know, well, what about the kids that were killed in that school that day? And I don't understand that argument because, of course, that's a tragic thing. And, of course, it's horrible and they should be memorialized in some way, of course. But the difference to me is that Charlie Kirk was a very well-known national political activist figure who had a huge following, millions and millions, but also his death, in my opinion, is almost like a catalyst for something, you know, that could be bad or it could, in other words, it's such a big event that I think something is going to either have to change or something is going to happen,
Right.
like leading to like civil war, more division. And so that's my argument. It's like, look, it doesn't really make sense to argue, well, what about the kids that died in the school? The point is, the impact that he made all over America and the world and you know, everything that he did. And like you said, he stood for First Amendment right to have discourse, to speak your mind, you know, and that's how America should be, man. Anytime that's in danger, dude, we are screwed, you know?
Yes.
And I think the left and the right have been guilty of that. I mean, just look at the fact that I don't know how you feel about the Jimmy Kimmel thing. In my opinion, I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't like him. I think he's kind of a goofball, but I don't think he should have been pulled, man. I don't think his show should have been pulled for what he said. I really don't. I think he was just expressing his First Amendment right, and it was a real shitty thing to say, and the timing was terrible, but I don't necessarily agree with that because, like Ben Shapiro recently said, he said the same thing. He said, because believe it or not, and sooner than later, the shoe will be on the other foot, where somebody from the right is going to be taken down or censored in some way, you know? Right. So we should have no tolerance of that kind of deal. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree that the freedom of speech needs to be upheld. I do think, though, that the freedom of speech was put in the Constitution to protect the civilian, us, the citizen, from the government and law. As far as our freedom of speech, they can't take right. And so between you and I, you have to be careful how you say things because we're not freedom of consequences.
That's right.
And
Good
so,
point. Yeah.
but with Jimmy Kimmel, I saw an old clip of Johnny Carson, and I don't know if you saw it. I'll have to send it to you, where he says that with my audience, I have been pressured to state opinions politically and on major issues, and he says, and I refuse to. He said, name any of these other comedians on TV that used their show as a platform politically.
Right.
He goes, it's awful dangerous. He goes, because you have such an influence, you can influence somebody one way or the other. And that's a responsibility to why I think we should just keep it simple and stay out. The entertainment business needs to stay out of the political realm.
I agree with that.
Oh,
dude.
100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
I really do. Yeah, man, that's good. That's really good, actually. So what I wanted to ask you is, man, I think it's really cool that you're doing this. I just like you. I actually followed Charlie Kirk, and I really believed in what he did. I liked that he had some really good core values that were, he was a Christian man. He was all about family, having kids, American values, which I think I think both can exist, but I think with what's happening on the left, it's just kind of trampling over what we used to hold near and dear, which were those American values.
Yes.
And I think we really need a resurgence of that, a revival.
Yeah.
And so that's why I really believed in what he did, and I think his death is such a tragedy, man. So I commend you, man, for doing this. Yeah, because there are people who are like, I can't believe you're memorializing him, and why would you do that? I don't want to have to look at that. I think it's great, dude. You're standing firm. This is what you want to do. It's your right to do it. Now, you're having Inks, the local tattoo artist, do this mural. He's very, very talented.
Oh, he's got work all over
so
town.
good. Yes. But I wanted to ask you, from what I understand, I don't know this for sure, but I thought he might be a little bit liberal, and I didn't know what his thoughts and opinions were about that. Did he say, I don't know if I should do this, or was he like, yeah, absolutely? Like, what was your experience like?
He said yeah initially, because I'd sent him a text, and then he said, make sure you're not on Chapman where you have to pull a permit, or we need to pull a permit first, and he was referring to downtown here. And so I was a little concerned because one of the liberals tagged him in one of the comments, thinking that, well, maybe they'll scare him away. But I hope he just looks at it as business.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. And just to point out, though, to any potential haters out there or vandals, I'm spending a chunk of money on this anti-graffiti sealer that will go over the finished product. So any spray paint I can just wipe off with a towel and acetone and not affect the painting.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yes. So I'm prepared for any type of situation. When you think about it, though, this won't be the first time that somebody's artwork has been vandalized. And so when I looked at sealers, there's quite a few available out there. So I was like, yeah, somebody's thought of this already.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good, man. So, dude, that's a smart idea. I like that. So, when will this start? When is he going to start painting it? And what's the exact location?
Okay, yeah, it's on the side of my building at 11th and Chadburn.
Okay.
And once we've received all the funds, we'll get started.
So, how can we raise money? What do we need to do?
Well, I have a GoFundMe set up. And
what's the GoFundMe? I'll put it on the screen right here.
Okay.
Do you remember
I'll have to pull it out
That's
on my
okay.
phone.
Send it to me.
Okay, yeah. And then I have a Cashapp or Venmo if somebody doesn't want to go through GoFundMe. They take a small percentage, but I think whoever came up with it's a phenomenal idea. It's been abused quite a bit, but it really helps these people in need.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Yeah, and I think that's a really cool idea because this is a pretty penny, $3,000, right?
34.
3,400.
That includes the initial painting over what's on the wall, and then a sealer, and then $3,000 is for the mural. Which his work that's not a lot because I have a friend. I won't say her name, but like in Brady and all these towns, she paints those big, gorgeous murals. She even had a show on TV for the library in Midland that she painted, and hers are in the tens of thousands.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, $3,000 is I think is a good deal.
It is. When will he start? Do you know?
Well, okay. If I get the funding early enough before it gets too cold, we'll get it done. And it hopefully we don't have to wait until it starts to warm back up because winter weather affects paint and so forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got about half raised, and so I can get the other half raised. We'll get him. He has time in October, he says.
Okay. Yeah, dude. So that's awesome, man. So you need to raise about 1,500 to 1,800 more.
Yes.
Okay, and what I like about it too, and guys, this is really cool, is donating to this. If you were a Charlie Kirk supporter, if you believed in his message and what he did, if you'd like to, help memorialize him, that's the cool thing. Is like it's like you have skin in the game. Like
Right.
you pitched in to have something really cool in San Angelo that we can always look at and remember him. I think that's pretty cool, man. To be a part of that, So that's pretty neat. Even if you just $5 or $10, you can say, I helped to put that mural there. So that'd be cool, man.
Yeah, that's a great point because I've had donations as small as that, and I think every one of them tell them every penny, every dollar counts.
That's right. Yeah.
And any amount raised above that, I've said that I would donate to Rush Street Ministries
Cool.
because to me they're one of our best local charities that help
Agreed.
everybody that can. So I don't want a huge amount above that, but if we get close and there's money collected over that amount, then I'm going to donate it to Rush Street Ministries. And I'll be transparent. I'll show receipts to anybody that wants to see them.
Nice.
This is not about me making a dime whatsoever. It's about me extending his legacy.
Yeah.
Rusty Bartolomeo is the Einstein of real estate in San Angelo, Texas. That's right, E equals MC sold. So if you're looking to buy or sell, reach out to the Einstein of real estate, Mr. Rusty Bartolomeo.
The young man that shot him, of course, you've seen this everywhere. He got the exact opposite of what he wanted by shooting him. Yes, the millions.
Yes.
His followers went from 1.7 to over 10 million in 2 days.
Oh,
Yes,
I know that.
and
Yeah.
then I saw where people online are saying it's the first time I've ever gone to church. That or people are
I
going,
love that.
or people are saying it's been 7-10 years since I've been to church, and this has made me go back this Sunday.
Dude,
Yes.
I love that.
Well, I think that honestly, I said it this way the other day. I said he was the bridge between us and them, and they burned that bridge, but the light from the flames brought so many people out of the dark.
Dude, yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
That's cool, man. I like that a lot. So, did you tell Inks that you want him a certain way, like doing something, or does he have free reign to do whatever?
Well, I'd sent him some paintings that have been painted of him since the passing, just for ideas.
Yeah.
And I want him to do what he does best. And
Cool.
I think that I personally was thinking of myself of him standing there in his suit, holding up a Bible in one hand and then a mic close to the other.
That would be cool.
Yes, because
Dude,
I
yeah.
thought something along that would look good.
Yeah.
And then I haven't decided on one of his quotes. Excuse me, freedom, live free. I want some text.
Yeah.
But it's a simple quote of his, and I haven't found the right one that I've 100% on yet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Well, this is great, dude. I can't wait to see it, and I'm sure everybody will be really excited to see it as well. So I do this with everybody. Lastly, what are 3 things that you're genuinely grateful for right now in your life?
Well, my friends and family,
Nice.
my belief in Christ, and that I'm still above dirt.
Nice. Simple enough. Well, man, thank you, Michael. I really appreciate this, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, I'll put the information up. Donate if you can. Even a tiny bit. Every little bit helps. Let's get that mural up in San Angelo, Texas. We'll see you.
One time for the hometown, I got love for it, that's real. 2 times for the haters, man, cause I notice how this shit feel. 3 times for my family, dog, cause this shit done paid our bills. And I get 4 times my net worth from a year.